Pakistan has officially accepted President Donald Trump's invitation to join the Board of Peace, a newly formed international oversight body for the reconstruction and governance of Gaza. The Foreign Office confirmed that Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's decision aligns with UN Security Council Resolution 2803. Islamabad will now sit alongside regional powers to manage the transitional phase in the enclave, aiming to secure a permanent ceasefire and scale up humanitarian aid for the Palestinian people. In a massive win for Pakistan's defense exports, Indonesia and Morocco have been moved to the Priority 1 list for the JF-17 Block 3 fighter jet. Advanced negotiations are now underway for a fleet of 40 jets for Jakarta, which also includes the GIDS, Sharp R-2 killer drones. This Priority 1 status fast-tracks production slots and technical integration, signaling that both nations are in the final stages of signing contracts that could exceed $5 billion collectively. New Delhi has greenlit a high-priority space program to launch over 50 advanced surveillance satellites to monitor the line of control, LOC, and line of actual communication, LAC. Stung by intelligence gaps exposed during Operation Sindoor and the four-day winter conflict with Pakistan, the Indian government is shifting to synthetic aperture radar, SAR, technology. These satellites will provide 24/7, all-weather imaging, allowing Indian command to track troop movements in real time through clouds and darkness. The Turkish-Pakistani aerospace partnership has reached its highest level yet. Pakistan has officially signed on as a Tier 2 partner for the engine development of the KAAN 5th-generation stealth fighter. This partnership allows Pakistani engineers from the National Aerospace, Science and Technology Park to work directly on the integration of indigenous subsystems. The goal is to move the KAAN toward a fully independent propulsion system by 2032, bypassing Western export restrictions. From Gwadar to Washington, this is PAC Geo Defense Update, Pakistan's voice in the world of defense and geopolitics. Please subscribe. In response to heightened urban security threats, the Islamabad Capital Police is undergoing a radical elite tier transformation. The Ministry of Interior has authorized the secondment of 2 Army Majors and 16 Special Services Group, SSG, commandos to train a newly formed, 200-man SWAT force. This fast-track program aims to move the police beyond traditional law and order duties toward high-stakes counter-terrorism operations. 10 of these commandos are being stationed at the National Police Academy to oversee the training of under-training ASBs, ensuring that the next generation of police leadership is grounded in SSG tactical doctrine. This move reflects a growing urgency to harden the capital's defenses against sophisticated militant cells operating in the peri-urban fringes. A seismic shift in global health governance. The United States has officially completed its withdrawal from the World Health Organization. In a joint statement issued yesterday by Secretary of State Marco Rubio and HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the U.S. declared that its one-year exit process is finalized. The administration cited a refusal by the WHO to adopt meaningful reforms following the COVID-19 pandemic and accused the organization of remaining under excessive political influence. Washington will now pivot its multi-billion-dollar health budget toward direct bilateral engagements, effectively creating a US-led alternative health bloc that prioritizes American biosecurity over global multilateralism. The chill in South Asian diplomacy has been codified for another month. The Pakistan Airports Authority has issued a new NOTAM, or Notice to Airmen, extending the total ban on all Indian-registered aircraft until February 24, 2026. The restriction applies to all aircraft owned, operated, or leased by Indian Airlines, including military and cargo flights. This closure covers both the Karachi and Lahore flight information regions from ground level to an unlimited altitude. The move comes as tensions remain high following last year's Pahalgam incident, forcing Indian international carriers to continue taking costly, long-range detours over the Arabian Sea for flights heading to Europe and the Middle East. Strategic circles are buzzing with the details of a new maritime security umbrella being drafted under the Pakistan-Saudi-Turkiye Defense Pact. While the pact was initially viewed as a land and air mutual defense agreement, new clauses focus on securing the blue economy. The trio is negotiating a joint maritime patrol framework that would link the Arabian Sea, the Red Sea, and the Eastern Mediterranean. This umbrella is designed to protect critical shipping lanes from non-state actors and external hegemonies. With Saudi financial backing, Turkish naval technology, and Pakistan's strategic maritime positioning, this pact represents the most significant shift in regional naval power in a generation. A domestic crisis is brewing in Pretoria. The South African Department of Defense has launched an urgent probe into allegations of military defiance against President Cyril Ramaphosa. The investigation follows the Will for Peace 2026 naval exercises, where 3 Iranian warships were spotted participating in active maneuvers despite a presidential order to limit Iran to observer status. The U.S. Embassy has expressed alarm, questioning if South Africa has lost civilian control over its military. The probe must determine if high-ranking naval officers bypassed the commander-in-chief to maintain ties with Tehran, a move that could trigger a constitutional standoff and jeopardize South Africa's trade relations with the West. In the high-stakes tug-of-war over Greenland, Copenhagen has issued a firm no to Washington. Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has formally rejected President Trump's proposal to include Greenland in the Golden Dome missile defense initiative. Trump had framed the Golden Dome, an integrated, air-driven interceptor network, as essential for Arctic security. However, Denmark views the deployment of such a system as a Trojan horse for U.S. sovereignty over the island. Finally, Pakistan's digital landscape is about to undergo a generational leap. The Ministry of IT has confirmed that the long-awaited 5G spectrum auction is set for February 15, 2026. The auction will offer 300 MHz of spectrum across 6 bands, with the 2,600 and 3,500 MHz bands prioritized for rapid urban rollout. To ensure transparency, the government has set fixed minimum prices and will conduct the bidding in the presence of international media. The goal is to see 5G services live in Islamabad, Karachi, and Lahore within 6 months of the auction, aiming to boost average mobile internet speeds from 4 megabits per second to 25 megabits per second by the end of the year. That's enough for today. Share your thoughts in comments section, and please answer today's question.